Hello, beautiful people of the internet.
We sound like YouTubers.
I think we're actually getting really good at it. I remember when we started podcasting and we were like thinking of how do we say hey, and then we started recording. There was always like the cringe of like how do you say hello to everyone? It's like hi. What do we say at the beginning? We said
hello guys.
Oh yeah,
or something. Yeah, it was always the same, but we try to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, now it just feels more natural to just sit down and chat.
Yeah, how are you guys going? We hope you're well. We hope you had a restful weekend and a beautiful start of autumn if you're in Europe. And if you're in Australia, you suck because it's summer
No,
soon.
there's spring.
Spring, summer. Yeah, you
true.
suck. We hate it.
But, I mean, it's nice outside here as well. It's like fall vibes. I think now it's actually like a really nice time. And
I
then
love autumn.
It's like the pre-winter vibes and you get like mulled wine and it's like cute. And then January and February is just the time where I'm like, summer, like I want to get out of here, like, you know, but no, right now it's really nice.
Like the trees look so beautiful. Like every street you're in, it looks so nice.
I just feel like it's like one of those like romanticize your life seasons. Like I'm walking around, and it's like the sun's shining.
God.
Yeah, and I feel like in one of those like fall movies, and I'm like getting my coffee, and I'm watching like people, and it's like cute outfits, and everyone's just like
I swear in fall you can like wear cute outfits. It's like because for me in summer it's sometimes hard because it's so hot.
Yeah,
and you just can't wear nice clothes sometimes because you're just like I just want to wear nothing basically, but like fall is like perfect. You can like wear tights and like dresses.
Yes, I was wearing a skirt yesterday and I felt really like I'm wearing a skirt.
Short skirt.
Yeah, with tights. So.
Oh, okay, good.
But like it was
because of your UTI history.
Yeah, I know. I was actually thinking that, but I was wearing a coat, so I couldn't, you know.
Okay, good.
Thanks, Mom.
Anyways, how you've been doing, Theresa? How was your week?
My week was good. I was just working my full-time job. We mentioned that before.
Living the office life.
Yeah, I was doing that. What else have I been doing? I feel like just literally like, time goes by so quick. Like I'm working and then it's weekend. It's like 2 days. And then I'm like, yesterday.
The weekend goes so fast. I'm like,
I know. And then it's like Monday again. And you're like, whoa. But what have I been doing? Yeah, just chilling, trying to like get back and after being in Barcelona, just trying to chill down a little bit.
My shirt also says I love Barcelona.
Yes, so cute. I really want to get those undies because our friends have the like I love Barcelona undies. You have one as well, right?
Yeah, Katya gave some.
Yeah,
Katya
gave some.
No, one of our friends. Oh my god, our friend Katya. She gave them to me for my birthday.
I love them. They're so cute.
I know. It's like I can wear them together. Like
everyone's like she's obsessed with Barcelona. Like what happened to her in that city?
It's a beautiful city. Yeah, we had a great time.
Was it your first time there?
Yes.
How was your first impression?
It was amazing. It was like too little time. I definitely want to go back. Maybe I'll go back myself, just alone. But yeah, because all of you are still doing the internship.
Okay, I'm not trying to like see this as like an insult. I'm going to go alone next time. No, I understand. Like exploring a city by yourself is very like different because you really get to do what you want to do.
Yeah, definitely. But it was amazing. We had a great time. Spent heaps of time at the beach and ate tapas and celebrated my birthday. Sangria.
Yeah, it was Carol's birthday.
Yes,
I've made a little post on the pod Instagram as well.
What?
On the pod Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
It was nice.
Such a cute little post.
Yeah, I know. But I really think the vibe in Barcelona is just like, it's a city, but it's like such a chill like city.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Do you think it's chill? I don't think it's chill.
No, if you're at the beach, not chill, like, but I feel like it's more like laid back lifestyle of like going to the beach and then you go.
No. But
I think it also depends on which area you're in.
Oh
like,
my God. We were at that like area there and it was so busy and I was like, oh my God, there's so many people.
Yeah, like the central, like, yeah that's why, because we were, where our Airbnb was, the area was like not the nicest area. So
she kept saying, like Theresa kept voice messaging me. She was like, oh yeah, like let's meet up at this cafe because here is literally nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing there. I went to this like cafe.
Where did you guys live?
There's one cafe like close to us that had like 5-star review for the coffee, and I went there 4 times and I was like, I'm going to try. And every time I went there, he's like, sorry, we're out of oat milk every time. And I was like, bro, how do you have 5 stars? He's like, yeah, sorry, there's a coffee festival going on. I was like, okay, and I just kept trying because I really wanted to try the 5-star coffee, but there was nothing there, so we had to like walk 30 minutes to get a fucking coffee because it was like where the Sagrada Familia is. So it was like a lot of tourists, and then like it was like not the worst area, but it wasn't like nice. And I was like,
there's worse places to be.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, how does everyone just like love Barcelona? Because here there's just like dirt everywhere.
So
like,
much.
Not really that
people,
Spanish vibe where I was like, I don't really catch the.
Where's my tapas?
Yeah, there was like weird restaurants like weird as when you just walk past a restaurant, you're like, how do you make money? And I'm actually like considering if they're maybe just like, how do you call this in English? Like doing some other businesses and just doing it to hide
Yeah,
up.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know the English term for that. But anyway, so like the area wasn't super bad, but it wasn't like the nicest area. And then once we got out to the nice areas and to the beach and I actually saw like nice parts of Barcelona, I was like, oh, this is a really nice city. And also just like the weather, it changes your mood so much. Like if it's sunny and like warm, you can explore more and you really like,
yeah.
I don't know.
But I think like, because I was actually talking to my dad about it because like I was like, oh, the sun, blah, blah, blah. And he said something that really like inspired me. He was like, you can't make your mood dependent on the weather. Obviously, it's a big influence on it. But like people need to change their perspective that only when it's sunny they can be happy. You know, I think that's very important. And that's something I've been really trying to work on those past few weeks. Like, you know, you can see and have positive experiences in every kind of season. And each season has different kind of advantages, you know, like in summer you can go out and explore more, but in winter, like it's time to, you know, you spend more time inside, but you can have nice indoor activities as well. You can like, it's a time for like self-reflection and for going inwards. And I think that's, we should really implement that this winter. And summers, you know, you're going out more, you're exploring and you're being like, you're a lot outside. So I think each
and also like I feel like spring and especially fall for me is a season of change. Like I've noticed that like the past years that every time like fall something happens, like whether it's in our friend group or just to myself or like something happens in fall, and I feel like there's a lot of changes going on. And I've read that in like heaps of books that actually like fall is a season of like change and new stuff, and that and a lot of cultures like is it September or August? Like when it gets into fall, that's actually considered the new year.
September?
Yeah, like considered the new year. And it sometimes to me feels like, something new starting in August and September. Whereas like in January, I always feel like it's like, it's New Year's Eve, but it doesn't feel like something changes.
Yeah.
Because like the weather just stays the same and everything stays the same. And you're like, oh, it's a new year, but everything feels the same. But like in August and September, I feel like there's like a lot of energy shifts. I mean, there was also like Mercury retrograde going on and stuff. So I just felt like there's something in the air, and like I felt different and people felt different. And I was sometimes like, am I like experiencing this by myself? But I think that's the beauty of the seasons as well, that like it changes and you can dress up differently, you can change your decor, you can change your recipes, you can eat like small things.
I swear like people shouldn't be like, oh, I'm happy like 3 months of the year and then the other 6 months I'm just like the sad depressed person because it's winter, you know, like you shouldn't be like that. Like that's not life. And that's what my dad said the other day. It really inspired me to be like, okay, whatever, if it's not sunny, I can do other things that make me happy. I don't need the sun to be happy. Obviously, it's vitamin D. It's a nice influence on me, and it like obviously is good for your well-being too. But you shouldn't make your mood or your happiness, your well-being dependent on the weather.
Yeah, you can just take some vitamin D pills and then just feel good.
And you just
go to the solarium,
girl.
No. Like I do really agree with what you're saying. And I actually feel like I'm the happiest in fall and spring because I don't like it when it's too hot as well.
Oh my God,
and then you get like the FOMO of like I have to go
out,
and I have to like live my life. And in winter it's like time to like. I feel like sometimes I'm like more productive in winter because I have more time to chill inside.
Absolutely.
And then in summer I can just let go. I always see that at my university. I always feel like I have more time.
You're more productive in winter at uni, and summer you're like, I don't want to do this.
And you're like stressed and you're like, shit, I have to do all this shit. But it actually is the same amount you had to do before, but you just keep pushing it because you're just doing
You want to go out, like you want to like go to the lake. You want to go, I don't know, like lay in the sun, go to the park, and you can't, and you're just like inside. You're like,
so just embrace the seasons, embrace fall, get some cute like pumpkins.
Spice lattes.
Oh my God. I actually have never really had one, like a proper one.
Never.
Are they good? Like I don't like Starbucks, so can you make them yourself? Like what's in there?
Maybe,
like,
pumpkin spice.
Is it just like a lot of spices?
It's just like a spice thing, I think. And it has like, I don't know. It's just what I think. I think it's like pumpkin spice and then like you have whipped cream and like, I don't know, caramel.
Yeah, we can have other things as well. You can just have a chai or something. Like just go pumpkin hunting, make your pumpkin soup. I don't know. Just embrace the leaves changing and just really be present in nature and see what's going on.
Try and really go with the flow. And just for this winter, I think we should definitely do another episode on this as well, how to make the best winter, how to make this your best winter ever. Because I think, I don't know, like a lot of people, especially here in Berlin, and I've been really noticing that in my surroundings, they're like, oh my God, winter, it's so bad and shit and da-da-da. And like this is no way of living. Like
try to find the positives in everything. Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, this is not an episode about seasons, but we can make another one. I think that's a really cool topic to find cool things to do and how to see.
Definitely. But today we are talking about a very special topic, especially to Theresa. It's kind of a very...
I think to every woman out there.
Like,
we've stumbled upon this
situation now, it's very fitting and very kind of, I don't know, good to talk
present
about, I guess.
In my life.
It's a present topic for you.
Yeah.
And it's basically, we just wanted to chat a bit about periods and birth control and kind of...
Period loss, how to get it back, how I got it back, our experiences with all of that, how it goes hand in hand. And like I said, I think every woman experienced taking the pill or thinking about taking the pill, or period issues.
Or just in general, birth control, but today it's more sort of the focus is more on the pill. That's what we kind of had the experience with. But before that, as always, Theresa, would you like to do the honors with Gem of the Week?
Oh, yes, of course. My Gem of the Week, first of all, is I got two new tattoos yesterday.
Obviously, that's a gem.
Yes, I can't show them right now because I'm wearing a shirt. And
I can see it through your sheer blouse.
Oh, that's cool. You can see it through there.
I know, very cute. The addiction has started.
Yeah, I know. I was actually, because yesterday, I know this didn't, the heart didn't hurt, but this one, I feel
I actually didn't ask you, did it hurt?
No, not at all. She was so chill. We were talking while she was doing it.
This is a very good sort of, how do you say, a place.
Yeah, I think this wouldn't hurt, but I was scared that this might hurt because it's close to my...
No. The arm, the skin there is quite thick. So it's
so I think she was just saying it hurts here a lot. That's what she said. It's really dangerous.
This one fucking hurts so bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
you didn't tell me because I wanted to get there first. Get it there first. But anyways, it's not about the pain. It's also beauty's pain. But I just really wanted to get something the femme one I really wanted to get for ages. And I'd never really found and I really found a good artist that was reasonable pricing and I don't know. I feel when it comes to tattoos, I really want to align with the person that's doing the tattoos as well. I want to feel I like that person and I feel I like their designs, and then I can go back there and have this I don't know, you're tattooing something on my body that's permanently there, so I want the experience to be good.
Absolutely.
I don't want that shitty experience, already the tattoo artist, I don't like them, or I don't like the studio, I don't like the surroundings, and then it's I will always remember that when I look at the tattoo. So I want it to be a good experience.
You wanted it there's a lot of connection between the kind of emotion that you felt and the person who did it. Obviously it has to be a person that you kind of feel comfortable with.
And she was just so cute. I just really aligned with her because she was this girl. She had a pink tattoo gun and everything was cute, and she was just having a cute outfit on. And she was we're talking and chatting. We chatted before I got the tattoo, and she just felt like a cute girl. She was good vibes, and she was just I liked all of her designs. Literally she could have put anything of her designs on my arm and I would have liked it. And I just really was I want you to do my tattoos. And she also has a flash day next coming up, so she was maybe all her friends can come. And she just is a cute, she has a workshop the other day where she's bedazzling phone cases, and she's I just want my things to look cute, even though it's a tattoo gun sometimes can look scary, but I want things to be cute in my life. And I was I really align with what you're saying and what you, I don't know, just who you are. So I was I want to get a tattoo from you. I had an appointment before that, after my birthday last year. I remember it was
a year ago. Yeah,
it was no, it was this year spring, February or something.
Oh yeah.
I had an appointment for 2 tattoos, but then I got sick literally the day before, and I had to take a lot of antibiotics. And if you know, first of all, you shouldn't go sick to a tattoo appointment. And if you take a lot of, not antibiotics, aspirin. Sorry, and then your blood's So I just didn't get the appointment. And then she moved to Brazil or something, and then I just felt
it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be. And then I just found her, and I got my new tattoos. And
great.
If anyone wants to know, I can maybe give her a shout out on the podcast. She actually follows our podcast.
Really?
Yeah, she yesterday she was I really want to listen, but she didn't have the time because she's really busy right now.
Yeah.
But she's awesome. Yeah, I love listening to podcasts and girls chat, and she's just a really nice girl, so I just felt really safe in her environment. And she was just chatting while she was doing this, because I was always scared of talking, because I'm scared of
moving
shake. At all.
She
was so calm, and it made me feel calm, and everything was a really great experience. So that's my gem of the week.
That's awesome.
What's yours?
My gem of the week is actually, oh my God, a product again. No, it's something that I've rediscovered for myself, and that's tea tree oil. It's because it's so diverse and has so many good benefits, because I've been using it on my hair heaps. I've been using it on my skin. You can just, because I had some mosquito bites as well, and I was just using it in Barcelona, and my whole arm was just filled, and I was oh my God, this looks kind of gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I also, sometimes when you go from like summer to winter, sort of autumn, your scalp gets really dry. Like
my whole skin gets really dry, my lips,
gets
everything.
super dry. And I think I've been noticing that a lot with my scalp as well. And it was just so itchy as well. Like I don't have lice, but it was just so dry and itchy. And
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
and
it's like,
tea tree oil is amazing for like dandruff and kind of, because if you want to grow out your hair and if you want to have healthy hair, it all starts from the scalp. It doesn't matter if you have really nice ends. Like it all
just
starts
looking at
from
my
the
scalp. I'm like, is there anything wrong?
No. I'm just looking. Yeah, babes, you should use some tea tree oil.
Okay.
No, but it like, your hair health starts from the scalp. And I think that's super important. If it's like super clogged and all dandruffy, it won't grow. So yeah, I've been really loving to use it on my skin as well. It's super good for pimples and just, I don't know, in general as well. If you want to have a nice bath or something.
Yeah, I use it for pimples. I love tea tree oil for pimples.
But yes, that's my tea. That's my tea. That's my tea.
That's my tea, everyone.
That's my tea of the week.
What shampoo do you use? You use shampoo or like?
Yeah, I use shampoo. Wait, why does my hair look dirty?
No, because you said like you're taking care of your scalp and stuff, and I don't actually.
I literally
take care of my scalp.
The thing is, I've gone through a lot of shampoos, and I was using this like plastic-free shampoo bar, and it made my hair so dry, and I think that's also what kind of triggered my itchy scalp as well. But at the moment, I've been using Pantene Privy.
Yeah. So you're just like, you're not using a tea tree oil shampoo.
No, I put the drops and I mix it with the shampoo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Cool.
And then I just condition my hair, and I use heaps of coconut oil like twice a week or something, and just slather it in.
I don't really do anything to my hair. I literally just use the shampoo that's in my shower that I just bought like months ago, and I just have it in there. And I probably should.
No, because I think there's always so much focus on like skin health and skin care, and like you should also kind of have a hair care routine, because just it's all kind of connected.
Yeah.
And your hair health and like skin and scalp is also skin. So
yeah.
I think you should all like.
I don't even condition my hair. I'm like the laziest person. I've never conditioned my hair.
So dry if I didn't condition. Like
maybe that's why my hair's dry.
What?
Maybe that's why my hair's dry.
I don't know. Maybe I think for me, coconut oil like really helps as well. Like I just put it in, leave it in for like 4 hours. If I'm at home and I don't need to do anything, because it gets really oily. Like you look like you haven't washed your hair in like years. 'Cause it's so greasy, but it's so good. And then when you wash it out, obviously you need to like wash it a lot because it's hard to get out. Yeah, the oil. But it's amazing. I love tea tree oil, and it smells so good. It kind of makes me feel so relaxed as well. And yeah, I've been loving the tea tree oil in my life.
Really recommend.
Yes.
No, I love tea tree oil as well. It's like just an all-rounder. It's a good thing to have in your...
It's an all-rounder. It's like good for like I said, insect bites, acne, eczema, dandruff. It's just really, really good.
Just everything.
And I've done a lot of research about it, and I kind of like it builds up the microbiome on your scalp as well. So it's sort of like a probiotic for your scalp.
That's cool. I didn't know that because I thought it was always just like dry. Because like I use it on my pimples, so it dries out my pimples. So I always thought it was like a dry.
Yeah, and it kind of reduces the amount of bacteria of like fungus. Like maybe that's why it's also good for pimples. Yeah. Just kind of reduces bacteria, I guess.
Oh, I didn't really know. I just know that it's good for your pimples, but I didn't really do my research. So
yeah. But anyways, so that was the gems of the week.
Need the show that says I love tea tree oil. Oh, that'd be so cute.
Oh my God, yes. Anyways, so for today, like we said, it's an episode about birth control, period loss. A very good topic for girls, but for boys as well. If you're interested,
if you have a girlfriend or something that you just want to get
and you want to sort of
about.
have like support her or support your friend.
I think in general, guys should know about the side effects and what it can do to the female body.
In general about periods, like I think just literally some guys just know about periods like tampons. Like that's all they know. And
they don't even know that birth control is banned. They're like, just take birth control because they don't want to like use condoms. And I'm like,
condoms.
I'm just like, shut up. When people say that to me, I'm like,
wait, what?
Like when they don't want to use condoms and they're like, why don't you just get on the birth control? It's like, why don't you just fucking
fuck off?
Yeah, like,
fuck off. That's all I can say.
Like when they're just so selfish and they don't really know that it's bad for you, but it's also like, how are they supposed to know? Because like our doctors and like healthcare, the system is not really like educating. But the thing is,
I think the very big misconception about, because I think we've talked about this in a few other episodes, like just in general, like sex education is so low and not good in our society. And it's only started now to kind of be more, like people started to be more aware of it. But I think the big misconception is like when you like use condoms, for example, for like, how do you say, contraception?
Yeah.
Yes. It's because like obviously you use condoms as contraception to not get pregnant, but it's also important to not get STIs or any sort of like diseases.
Yeah.
You know, that's so important. So anyone who doesn't use them, fuck off.
Yeah, it's like, and then it's just the fact that like people are like, I don't want to use condoms, but it's like, yeah, you have to.
It's not only about birth control.
Yeah, it's about like STIs, and I think when you're younger, you like just don't even acknowledge what like STIs are. Like a lot of the diseases you can get through having sex, and like I think you don't really think about that because you're just young and you're carefree and all that stuff. And once you hit that, like once you get your first STIs, you're like, shit, oh, okay, maybe I should have. And then you actually like think about it, like the amounts, like especially if you're not having like a relationship, but if you're like hooking up with random people, that's all okay. But you never know what they have or what they like. Especially in Berlin, I'm like, oh, you should definitely wear condoms. Like, you don't know where they were, what they did, and just in general, like wear condoms, protect yourself, and there's not enough education about that. I think it's also just the stigma of like, it's kind of cool to not use condoms. Like, you know, back in the day when people were just like, oh my God, use condoms. Like, no, they're just like, so like, ew.
No.
You know what I mean?
Important.
Yeah. And I feel like now we're adults. We're like, yes, fucking use condoms. But like when you're younger, you're just like, especially boys, I feel like, nah, I don't want to use condoms.
Yeah, I don't use condoms.
And then the girls are like trying to like to impress the boys. So they're like, okay, we're not using condoms. Haha. Like, I feel like in my school, it was always like, when I heard girls in my class talking about it, they were always like, yeah, no, we don't use condoms. As if it was like a cool thing not to use
like
condoms.
Something to be proud of?
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we're just like pulling it out kind of thing. And it's like, okay, see you, Karen, in 5 years with a kid. So, no, sorry, that sounds mean. Because they also didn't know better. But like, you know what I mean? It's just like educating each other that like, it's important. And it's actually not that fucking bad if you have good condoms. Like,
yeah.
You know, there's worse things. It's getting pregnant and having STIs is worse.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I'm not saying getting pregnant is bad. For some people it's cool, but like at my age right now, I don't want a baby right now.
Exactly.
So,
but anyways, so
kind of drove off the wrong path.
Today's not about sex education, but we wanted to kind of talk a bit about the pill and just sort of about like just in general hormonal birth control, because I think still people don't really know about it. And just to say, like, quick disclaimer, Theresa and I are no way doctors or gynecologists or anything. So we're just talking from our own experiences and our own research and
our friend groups as well.
Friend groups and friends, what experiences they had. So yes, just a little disclaimer.
Yeah, if you have any issues, please go to the doctor. Like, we're not here to diagnose you. We're just
you
here
can obviously message us, but we obviously
we can't diagnose you. We can just help you with things that helped us. But maybe there's something else going on in your body, especially with period loss. You should definitely go check out your body at the doctor's. Like, just maybe there's something wrong. Maybe there's not, but maybe there is something going on in your body, and we can't say that from here. So just letting you know that that's an important thing. And also, I wanted to say at the beginning, like, we're not like the pill didn't work for us, but I'm also not like saying fucking hate the pill, because I think there is parts about the pill that there was a place and time for the pill. Like it was right that it got invented because it gave women the freedom to have sex without getting babies. So like back in the day when it was invented, it was a very feminist tool to give women the opportunity to not get babies, and that it was really important part of the movement for women to be independent and like sexual freedom. So I think it was good that the pill was there, and I think it's still good that it's existing. I think there just needs to be more education around
and the way it's handed out, and like there's so little information and education about its effects on the body and how it affects a woman's body long term. And I think that there should be more awareness on that. So no way we're saying like, oh my God, you should never take the pill or whatever, put any pressure on that, but just kind of speak from our own experiences. If you're kind of going through the same thing and if you're thinking about going off the pill or thinking of going on the pill, just like know there's always other ways as well.
Yeah.
But we're just talking from our own experience here, so just so you guys know. But yes, I also think it's so crazy because we kind of said it already, but there's just so little education about it, and it's something that has never really been questioned because it's always just like you go to the doctor, you get the pill, and that's it. like obviously they say, oh, you have this like, I don't know, have you ever seen this meme of this girl and it's this like POV, you're at a friend's house and she forgot to give you a blanket or like a blanket to cover yourself at a sleepover.
Oh my God, yes.
But I have the birth control side effect sheet and then she just like unfolds it.
Oh my
and it's
God.
this like huge thing and then she just covers herself and sleeps. And I'm just like, oh my God.
I've never seen this, but this is actually so like on point.
It's crazy.
Like, it actually is like
it's
this.
huge. It's huge. But yeah, just kind of
my
came into my
God,
mind.
yes.
But I think it's so crazy that there's not a lot of questioning going on, and you just kind of take it, because you want to sleep with someone or you have a boyfriend, and you just go to the doctor and get it, and then there's no.
I feel like we said that in an episode before, it's kind of like treated as like this Band-Aid that just like solves the problems. Like you go to the gynecologist and you're actually searching for help, and the first thing they do is prescribe the pill. They're like, when you like, oh my God, when you have acne, for example.
Relax, Theresa.
When you have acne, for example, they're like, pill. When you have a boyfriend and you don't want to get pregnant, pill. Like a lot of times it's like hormonal issues, pill. Like it's just like treated as this Band-Aid when it actually causes more problems than it solves them. Yeah. So it's like, especially when you prescribe them to girls at a young age, you need to educate them what's happening in their body and then let them decide. Because when I'm 16, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my body. I have like so many other issues going on.
You just want to have a quick fix.
Yeah.
Like kind of, like, I don't know what's going on, just pill.
Yeah.
That's fine. You don't really want to think about it or kind of try and find out the underlying cause of the problem.
Yeah.
But I think it's, like I've done some research, Theresa has done her research about it, and I think it's super important to actually kind of know what birth control does to your body, because you just get this little pill and you take it, that's all you know.
I was saying that to Karen before we started recording. I was looking it up yesterday. I was like, I don't even know what the pill does to my body. Like I know like little things, like it fakes your pregnancy, everyone always said that, but like I didn't really actually know.
What kind of chemical kind of effects are going on in your body when you take it. And I think that's super like interesting, because I've done my research and I looked it up, and it was basically saying that in general birth control just delivers those like synthetic and fake hormones that kind of shut down your reproductive system. So I think it's super important also to know that when you're on the pill, you don't ovulate at all. And also my boyfriend always makes fun of me when I say also. I don't know why, but I've done like, I don't know, I say also, and then I have to really like force myself to say also. Anyways, but yes, so basically you don't ovulate, and a lot of girls think that when they kind of bleed on their period, like on their 1 week break of the pill, it's their actual period, but it's not. It's just like a withdrawal bleed that your body is kind of trying to get rid of those fake hormones, or those like it's getting rid of those hormones in your body, and that's why you're bleeding. And I think that's a very big misconception that it's your actual period. And
I thought that like literally until I lost my period last year. I didn't know that that's what's happening when you take the pill. I knew that like something's going to be shut down, but I did so little research on it. But it's also like when I started the pill, I was 16. So I did no research on it, which was my mistake. My parents didn't educate me, which was their mistake, but it's also the mistake of the gynecologist whose job it is to educate me. And they like literally just, I remember so clearly how I got the pill because I was so nervous, and she was just asking me like, hey, like, why do you want to take the pill? Like, is this and this happening in your family? Da, da, da. And then I'm just going to prescribe it to you. Like, that's all. She didn't educate me how to take it, what to do. Like, yeah, she said things like, yeah, you have to take it 5 times a week and you have to take it approximately at the same time. Like, that's what everyone knows. But like, I remember also the side effect sheets. I read it so many times because I forgot taking the pill once, or I had like diarrhea or like vomited or something, and then something happens as well.
That's
like
so fucked up.
Yeah, like there's so many things that can happen that like affect the pill, and then you also don't want to get pregnant, and there's just so little education on that as well. So like I was literally getting more information from the side effects paper than from the doctor back then, and they just want to get through it.
God, sorry. Like the doctor, I remember, I think with me being like, oh yeah, like there's also this side effect sheet you can just read after. And I'm like, why don't you just tell me yourself?
Yeah, like what are you getting paid for? Like I could do your job right now, like better.
I can be a doctor.
Yeah, seriously. Sometimes I'm like, I could be a gynecologist better than most of the gynecologists. Like, I'm sorry, there's probably a lot of great gynecologists out there, but the ones I had, 4 times out of 5, they were fucking shit, and they made things worse, and they like just told me to get back on the pill or whatever. I will get to that point later as well, but there's just so little education on what's going on in your body, and I think that's really important for girls to know, especially like if you're living in a family where you don't have access to computers or you don't have access to information. I think schools are also like have to tell you that, because it's like what you're doing to your body, and like it doesn't always have to have these bad side effects, but it can in the long run. There's like so many side effects. Like even yesterday when I knew there were side effects to the pill, but when I looked it up, I was like, I didn't know all these things are like serious side effects of the pill. Like that's just
no. And I think also another very interesting fact is that the pill, it kind of disrupts the communication. It like not only fucks up your hormone like balance and stuff, but it really disrupts the communication between, first of all, your brain, your thyroid and your ovaries. So that's what I already said. You don't ovulate when you're on the pill. And I think it's so crazy to think that something so natural in your body, like ovulation is something natural that comes, that happens to a woman every month, and that's disrupted and it doesn't happen. I think that's insane.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like something so natural is, how do you say, being, oh my God, I forgot.
Being a woman, like it makes you feel like a woman as well.
It makes you a woman, like, you know, your cycle.
It makes you a woman.
Like your cycle makes you like.
Part of your body. It's like healthy to have the cycle.
It's part of your life cycle and your life, kind of all those processes that are going on. So I think if something like that's missing,
I remember like back in the day I had this friend who was taking the pill like all the time, you know, when people just take the pill and they don't have a break in between, so like they didn't have a period.
They just take it through, they never bleed.
Yeah, but then I was always like, oh my God, how can they do that shit, buddy? But actually, how is that different? Like, because I'm having this fake bleed, but like that's not necessarily like the right bleed. So I was always like, oh my God, how can they do that to their body? When I was doing the same thing to my body, like I didn't really know what was going on. I thought it was my normal period. I thought I'm doing the normal thing, the right thing. I felt like I was good. What I was doing was good. And I don't know. I didn't really question how I was feeling. I feel like it also numbs you out a little bit. Like you're not really aware of what's going on in your body.
You're not aware of everything that is going inside, like that is going on inside you. Like when you don't ovulate, I think it's something so special when you actually feel yourself like ovulating and you're like, oh my God, this is happening inside me right now. It's kind of a magical moment as well. So if that's kind of missing out, you're just missing out in general. Like you're missing out on the connection to your body and kind of the physical aspect of yourself.
What are some other side effects? I don't know if you
no, I think also I wrote down that basically apart from disrupting the communication, it also depletes you of like very important minerals and vitamins that your body needs to make healthy hormones. So it depletes you from actually being able to make like zinc or magnesium, B vitamins, vitamin E, vitamin and selenium. So like all of those vitamins, you're depleted on them, but it's crazy that you actually don't really feel like it. So basically it's acting like a Band-Aid for everything, the pill. And there's underlying problems that you don't really feel. And like you said, it's kind of numbing everything out. And also another very, very interesting topic that I've been, really interested in the last, year, in the last past year is gut health and like gut and liver health, like both in combination. And basically what birth control or hormonal birth control can do is that it disrupts and imbalances your gut microbiome. So like when you take, for example, like antibiotics, how it like kills all the good bacteria in your gut, hormonal birth control kind of does the same. And so that's why, for example, when you get off the pill, after a lot of times people have problems with leaky gut or like acne and everything, but because everything kind of your body's well-being and your mental well-being always starts in the gut. So if there's kind of an imbalance, obviously it's going to show up in other ways, like acne or
depression as well. A lot of people get depression from the pill. I've met this girl in my school years that like she harmed herself because of the pill, and once she got off the pill, she didn't do that anymore. And like I was also asking on the podcast Instagram account what people felt like, and one of her friends was saying that she didn't feel like herself.
Absolutely, I was the same.
Yeah,
because just like the birth control or like the pill itself, it can cause a lot of dysfunction in the brain, like just kind of affecting your stress response or kind of your cortisol production in your brain, so like the stress hormone. So that's why a lot of people feel very anxious or very like can even feel depressed because of all the imbalance that's happening in your body, like, and it's all adding up in your gut and your brain, and all those imbalances just also show up in your mental well-being.
I think you also don't realize it. Like it slowly like creeps up on you. But once you like take the pill for many years, you don't even realize that that's how your state is. You only realize it once you get off it. Because it's not like you take the pill and one into the other, you like all of a sudden have these symptoms. It's like comes like over the years, and also depends on how you're changing your life. And I don't know, how is your experience? Like, why did you get off the pill?
Because I was I like I said, very similar to that Instagram response, was that I wasn't really feeling myself at all, and I was just kind of not having it anymore. And like literally, I felt like there was like something that was not right. It didn't feel right to me, and I felt very disconnected from myself. And I'm still kind of rebuilding that till till this day, kind of the connection to my body, to my own cycle. And I just felt like there was my gut literally was telling me, my intuition was telling me that there was something not right, and I just needed to change that. And I'm a very emotional person, but I think I was even more cry and very sort of reacting in a very non-rational way in a lot of situations. And I felt like I gained weight. Like I was super like I was
not
curvy. Super curvy, but like not curvy. That was the wrong word. Sorry. A lot of water retention in my body, and that kind of made me feel like I was gaining a lot of weight, even though I was eating normally. And I was just like, oh my God, what's going on? I'm just kind of gaining weight, even though I'm just literally in my normal routine. And that didn't make me feel good. But just in general, I think the most important reason for me was the mental aspect of it.
The disconnect from your body as well, I feel like.
And like I said, I'm still kind of trying to get it back. And
it takes a while, I think.
Slowly really reconnecting to my cycle. Like the first time I felt myself ovulate, I was like, what the fuck is this?
I'm not back there. I don't know what it feels like to ovulate.
It's like not a good what the fuck is this? Because I was like, oh my God, this is so crazy. I feel a lot more in tune with my cycle and my period. To be very honest, I have a lot more pain than I used to. Like the last period, oh my God, that was so bad. When we were in Barcelona, it was bad because I had so many cramps, and I was just feeling very low on energy, and just in general, very, very emotional. I feel like it's like I have this like high and lows with my period. Sometimes it's a super like chill period. I don't know. I'm just totally myself, but like other times it's like, oh my God, my period. I just want to be at home. It's like curled up on the couch and do nothing. But I think I can take that, like, because now I can feel myself more. I have a lot more, not control, but a lot more awareness of myself and my cycle and my sort of reproductive organs.
Yes, it's cool to feel your reproductive organs.
But yes, how was it with you?
Well, I remember like none of my friends were taking the pill. Like, especially in Australia, I feel like I had a few friends that never took them. And I was like, whoa, like in my town, it's like so common to take it. And then I was always like, I remember everyone was saying like, it's so much better to get off the pill. But then I was always like scared of obviously getting off it, because I was like, what am I going to use? Like, otherwise, I liked the freedom that it gave me to not worry about this. I felt like I was in the groove with the pill, and I didn't think I would have crazy side, like everyone was talking about these crazy side effects like gaining weight or like depression. And I was like, I'm fine. Like, I don't have any issues. Like, I'm good. And then I came back to Europe from Australia, and I just kept feeling more and more out of tune with myself. I felt like my anxiety was getting worse. I felt like what you said with the emotional part, like I was really overly emotional. I was out of control with my emotions. Like, I had like breakdowns, and then I started dating Shaun. And then I remember we went on vacation, and I just had moments where I was just like sad or angry for like no reason, and I was just like I was just like like, you know, just all this hate in me, and like this overly.
I've heard that a lot of girls had that, like, just I think that's oh my God, for me the same. That you're just like angry or annoyed at someone for no reason, and then you're like, oh my God, I don't even want to be like that.
Like, you're just a bitch. You're just like the biggest bitch. And I was like bitching about everything, and it's just like so unlike me. And I was like, I'm not myself anymore. And I was just like, okay, what can I do to change that? And the only thing that was in my mind was like everyone telling me to get off the pill. And then I asked you for a lot of advice because I was like really scared and overthinking like what could happen. Like, do I get acne? And then I think also I have to say I had a really, like, my partner was really helping me through this, and he was like, he went through the same process with two of his ex-girlfriends that actually got off the pill when they were in a relationship with him. So he's like, I know what to do. I know how to handle
I got you, girl.
No, but I think it's nice to know that, like, I think it's different when you're single as well. Like, obviously, it's always a good thing to get off it when you're single as well. But I think knowing that there's a partner there to support you and that, like, listens to you and doesn't have an issue with, like, not having sex for a while or using a condom or, like, trying to see.
Very important.
Yeah, he was a good support system, and he also was, like, motivating me to get off it, which was like, okay, he's like, yeah, you really should. Like, I saw all these positive effects, and yeah, there's negative effects, but the positive effects overweigh the negative ones so much. And also, like, those negative effects of getting off the pill, they will, like, only be there for a time.
It's
then
temporary,
yeah, and then your body will go back in the cycle. And I think I was also thinking to myself, like, eventually I have to get off it anyways. Like, I can't just be on it forever, and I really want to have kids one day. And I just felt like I found out more about the pill, that it wasn't actually like my period, and I found out all these things that I didn't know before, and that really opened my eyes to, like, what am I actually doing to my body?
No, but I think it's very important. Like, we always hear about all those negative side effects and everything, like you're having acne and your hair falls out and, I don't know, like having this really big low in your life. But at the same time, I think it's such good news that that we know that we can support our bodies after. And it's like we said, it's only temporary, and there are ways to actually help yourself post-pill and kind of supporting your body and kind of replenishing all those missing things that you've that kind of build up over the years or however long you took the pill. So I think that's really good to know that even though there's bad side effects, there's still going to be a good end result. And
what I really liked about it was the fact that I felt like I've never really educated myself on my body as much as I did in that time, because I was like, what's good for my body? What's actually like hormones? What's good for my hormones? What causes hormonal imbalances? Because I was really like trying to prepare for getting off the pill. But to an extent where I overthought it, and then I just got off it. I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to get off it. Like, after vacation, I'm just going to get off it. And then I just did. And I was like, I remember just getting off it, and it felt so weird. Like, I always...
Like, I used to, in general, like, used to take it every day.
Like, I woke up and I was like, oh no, you're not going to take this. And I was like, oh. And then I tried to, like, notice if something's happening in my body, but obviously not, like, once you get off it doesn't.
I mean, after one day, you're like, I'm changed.
Like, it depends, maybe. But, like, for me, it wasn't like that. I felt, like, really normal, and I, like, how I felt all the time. But then I think over time, I really realized the emotional side effect of, like, getting angry all the time, being bitchy, having anxiety and all that stuff. Kind of, obviously, I still had moments like that, but I feel like it was more controlled. And, like, people around me noticed it as well, especially like my boyfriend was like, yeah, you're more chill now. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's from the pill, maybe not, but like that's just something I noticed. And then I was scared of getting bad skin, but didn't really happen. And I don't know, I didn't really have like any side effects getting off the pill except for the period loss. I didn't get my period back, and that was at the beginning really like weird, because I was waiting for it to come and it just didn't come. And
then you wait for someone to come, they won't come.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing when you watch like a pot to boil, but it's not going to boil if you keep looking at it. You know, it's the same thing with your period.
True. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Because if you think about it, if you don't have your period, and then you keep like all the cells and everything in your body listens to your thoughts in your brain, because everything's interconnected. And then when you're like, oh my God, when is it coming? When is it coming? I think, I don't know, in a weird way, I think I kind of imagine it being kind of a lot of pressure on your body, being like stressed. And then your body's like, oh my God, and just kind of trying to figure everything out and just accelerating everything. But it's just not good to kind of put so much pressure on yourself and think about it too much, because like we said, and we saw it with you, everything needs time and everything takes time. It's just the natural flow of life and your body.
Yeah, I think obviously it really depends on what your situation in life is and why you lost your period, or like what's going on. Like, there's different reasons for it, but I think for me it was really like just the part that I was on the pill for so many years, and my body, it needs time to like get back into the groove. Like, your body was just like on this restrictive, like it was restricted of those hormones and this natural like reproduction system. So like it needs to like just chill a bit and get back into the groove. And I think on the one hand, it takes longer for me to like get back to that. And for some people, like you get back your period immediately, but for some people it takes even longer than a year. Like, it was a year now that I lost my period. And it was just like,
I think it also depends on how long you've taken it.
And like also just how your body, like, are you stressed? Are you eating enough? Like, that's also factors. But it was kind of just annoying for me, because at the beginning I was like, okay, it's because of the pill. But then after a few months I was actually like, okay, that's not normal.
Is there actually something wrong?
Yeah, is there actually something wrong? Because maybe there is something wrong and I didn't notice it all these years because of the pill. Like, and then I found out about PCOS, and then I was like, looking into that, and then I was like really in the cycle of like what's going on with my body. I went to heaps of doctors and they were all like, nah, like the one doctor in my hometown was like, get back on the pill, fuck her, stupid, like that's not how you solve the issue. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want to go back on the pill. And then that's all the answers I got was like either get back on the pill or are you pregnant ? I'm like, no. And then I actually did like a pregnancy test because I was like, maybe.
Yeah.
And then the other one was just, oh, maybe you don't eat enough. And I was like, I eat enough. Like that's one that I kept being in my brain the whole time over the last years. I like was like, maybe I'm not eating the right things. Maybe I'm not eating enough. But I was eating more than 3 meals a day. And like I know people that eat less and I do eat enough. And I literally didn't work out anymore because I was like, that's releasing stress in my body. I shouldn't do that. And yes, you should take it slow to your body, but yoga and Pilates is really good for you. And I was like, I'm not working out. I'm not doing things that I like, which is also healthy. Like I really enjoy these things. And then after a while I was kind of frustrated. I was like, okay, can I never work out again? Can I never eat the healthy things? Can I never do like be my own self and be my self that I was before? Or do I have to do all these things in order for my period to come back? I felt guilty sometimes eating healthy because I was like, maybe I should eat more fats because otherwise I don't get my period back. Did I eat enough today? And then it was like an other form of stress that I was like really so obsessed with getting my period back that I kind of wished a doctor was like, you have PCOS, because then I actually knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
So I kind of was like...
kind of like uncertainty or kind of not knowing what's happening.
And then you get in the spiral of like researching what PCOS is, and then you're like, oh my God, I will never have kids again. And I was just like over obsessing with all these things when
I think that's what kind of caused it. Just a lot of... It has a lot to do with your mental state.
Yeah. When in reality, you just had to let go and just trust the process and be patient, like I always say, and then just... take care of my body, obviously, and obviously support your body with vitamins. And I do think there was a lot of things that I included more healthy fats. That was one that helped a lot. I took omega-3, which I did not take at the beginning, but like the last couple of months I did take it. So my mum believes that I got my period back because of the omega-3. That's because she's a pharmacist.
It's very hormone balancing as well.
Yeah, it's also really good for your brain. Like in general, if you can get omega-3, like take it. It's really good for you. There's so many health benefits.
Or
so maybe
obviously how do you say? What I wanted to say is you can obviously take supplements and stuff, but I think you can also support your body a lot by your diet.
Yeah,
so
for definitely.
Example, like omega-3s, if you're not vegan or vegetarian, like you can eat a lot of fatty fish and everything, or salmon and stuff. And if you're veggie, you can obviously get like plant-based.
But that's I think so. I think so as well. I heard that a lot as well when I was listening to podcasts, but I was also like, that's adding on to my stress because everyone was like changing diets. So then I was like overthinking what I was eating. So with the supplements really helped me because I didn't have to think about it. I was taking omega-3. I still take omega-3, zinc, but zinc just in general for my health. And then vitamin D was a big one as well for me because I went to like a nutritionist and she said that I was vitamin D sufficient. Like most people actually are. Like most people are vitamin D sufficient, and you need vitamin D to produce hormones, which I didn't know before. So I took vitamin D. So maybe all of these factors kind of played into me getting my period back, like supporting my body with supplements, a right diet, but then also like I think a big factor that like took me a while to understand is the over obsessing, like letting go, trusting that my body will heal itself and just getting back into the flow, tuning into my femininity. I try to implement more self-care routines of like masturbating or like my skincare and just trying to like really give my time to my body and like make sure that it gets what it needs and has time to rest and actual rest, not like being on my phone rest, but like actually like tuning into what am I feeling, what's going on, and trying to support my body as much as I can without stressing, I think is the biggest factor. And sometimes just knowing that like if you're in the same situation as me and you don't have PCOS, you don't have an eating disorder, you just like literally just got off the pill and you don't have your period. I think that's what I was thinking as well. It's like I'm doing everything right. I don't have an issue. I'm not sick. I don't know, like I don't have PCOS. I went to the doctors, I got my blood tested. I don't have PCOS. So like, why is there something wrong with me?
I think always, like in general, I think it's a very human thing to kind of, because nowadays there's so many different medical support, like how do you say, there's so much medical support from like supplements or medicine or any kind of medication. And I think it's always kind of, when we have an issue, we often tend to kind of look for exterior things to fix us, so like medication or supplements or anything. But at the same time, I think it's very important to kind of go inward and think to yourself that your body is designed to take care of itself, and it's like it's your nature it's able to support itself, and all those amazing things that are going on in your body is able to fix itself. And obviously it's good to have support from other things and supplements or anything, but I think inherently your body is designed to fix itself. You don't need anything else other than your body and taking care of yourself. And I think that's a very important thing to know.
Yeah, but I think, I really agree with what you're saying, but I think
obviously
having those routines is kind of
obviously
helping.
I'm not saying that like you don't need anything or like you just need those thoughts and positive thinking and stuff, but I think in general, the base of everything is the thought that your body is able to heal and it's going to be okay. And you can do other things to support that and kind of implement all those routines and stuff.
Like I said, I really took stuff away from it as well. Like I really realized that I should maybe eat more healthy fats, also just for other reasons in my body. Like maybe I should change my diet. Maybe I was eating the same things all the time. And then I was really like, I got new recipes. I was including maca powder more and like drinks or like my food. And like, obviously those things are not like probably the reason why I got it back, but it's nice. Like it's a good support for your body. And it's kind of interesting also like to read about it and find out more like what's supporting your body. I thought it was an interesting journey as well. Like if I could take anything away from it. But obviously like, I'm letting you know out there, the first thing you need to do when you lose your period is in general, when you get off birth control, try to find a gynecologist you can trust. Like trying to find a good one. I trust you, there is people out there, or like even if it's naturopaths or like someone that has a little bit of medical knowledge or like
you could also work with a gynecologist and also like go to a health practitioner or something.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Like just kind of those two in combination, because sometimes self-medication, like you don't really know what your body needs right now. So it's kind of important to actually know what vitamins are missing and what minerals is your body deficient in. So just kind of work with a gynecologist and practitioner so that you can investigate what your body actually needs. So just in general, replenish your body with all those missing things that kind of got imbalanced whilst on the pill. So like minerals, vitamins, anything that your body needs to make healthy hormones. And also kind of just in general, trying to support your gut health and your liver health, just probiotics is a very good thing. Implement like fermented foods or just in general kind of probiotics into your life. And just, I don't know, how was caffeine for you? Like,
well, that was the thing. I think a lot of people thought that like caffeine, it can be a big part in your hormonal thing, like that caffeine can cause a lot of stress and like you should definitely reduce it because it causes more stress on your body and like your body's already stressed. So like you need to, if you want to get back hormones and like your period, you should try to put as little stress on your body as you can. And caffeine is doing that. But I feel like for me so I tried to like get off caffeine. Like I only had one coffee a day, then I had no coffee, then I only had matcha. But I did really feel like a lot of what I said before, like a lot of joy in my life comes from coffee.
It's coffee.
I love coffee, like not because I like the caffeine high.
It's like kind of the ritual of having a coffee.
The ritual of coffee and like matcha and stuff. It's not the same for me. It's like not the same taste, not the same feeling. And I was like, it doesn't really make me happy. Like getting a coffee in the morning is really part of my routine, and it just felt like, why do I have to get, that's what I said before, like why do I can't work out, can't eat those things and can't drink my coffee.
And just kind of ticking off everything.
Yeah, like the joys in my life. And it's like, why? And I'm still getting no period back.
Absolutely.
So I still like, I did that at the beginning. I was really extreme with like, no, caffeine, I have to eat healthy fats, this and this and this. And then after a while, I like try to just be more kind to myself and listen to what I want, because I was like, fuck it, I'm not getting my period back anyway, so I'm just going to do what I want. And then it came back. So maybe it was also releasing and letting go of that thought of...
It's also like a process of learning by doing, you know, you have to sort of figure out what kind of is best for your body, because like what's for maybe something bad for you is maybe good for me, or just other way around, you know. But I think in general, if anyone, or for you whoever is thinking of coming off the pill, just kind of really, you know, try, like we said, try and work with a gynecologist that you can trust, a health practitioner, so you can figure out everything that you need, and also really try to put, just kind of try and implement gut health and liver health into your life, and just give give your body everything that it needs. Be gentle with it, and take care of it, because everything you have basically, and your health is everything you have. So just be gentle and be kind to it. Like I said, if like you're Theresa and you don't have your period for some time, it's going to be okay. It's all going to be fine in the end. And also just try and implement things and ways, whatever is best for you, whatever fits your lifestyle and your body best, to balance your hormones, kind of, how do you say, find ways to limit your stress and your stress response, and find ways that, like, find things that bring you joy. I think that's very important.
Because I think happiness also helps you not have that much stress in your life. If I have something that I really enjoy that makes me happy, I feel like that doesn't make me stressed. I will say, like, if you're one person that works out heavily and you have like a really crazy workout routine, I do think reducing a little bit of like that kind of body stress on your body,
you don't have to limit yourself at all, like just not working out at all, but just kind of maybe just reducing it.
Like if you want, I'm not that person. Like I've never was the one that like goes for 3 runs a day and stuff. But there's people out there who maybe do like crazy sport activities. I will say that's a lot of stress on your body, and you should maybe like talk to a doctor about it. And I think there is stuff that you can reduce, even though it brings it up. But just everything in measurements. Like same with coffee, same with everything. Like you can still enjoy those things, but try to like be, like you said, be gentle with your body. I think is an important one, and just try to figure out what's good for you. But also, don't try to stress yourself that much. It's like every time someone brought up period, it was like this underlying stress for me. Like, I was like so upset. Like my friends were like, "Oh, I got this period. Like fuck shit," and I was always like, be happy, because the one thing I learned from this as well was like how I appreciate being a woman and how I appreciate having my cycle and how valuable that is to me now. And like I probably in a few months be like, fuck, I have my period. But like I'm really valuing that I have my period now. And I was so happy that I got it back, because it really makes you feel like a woman. And I don't know, it just felt like part of my femininity was taken away from me when I didn't have my period. Like I felt like there was something wrong with me the whole time.
No, I think it's also a very important time of forgiveness, and just because if you think about it, if you take the pill for a very, very long time, your body's just used, like there's so many hormones, and your body's just so used to those hormones and working with those hormones. And when you get off the pill, it's kind of like it has to work by itself anymore, which is itself a beautiful thing, because that's that's how do you say, the natural thing where it started from. But yeah, just be really, really forgiving with yourself and your body, because it's literally a what the fuck moment. When you get off the pill, it's like, what the fuck am I doing? It has to figure it out itself. And like, I don't know what I can, how do you say, what's like a good example for this, but yeah, just when you're on the pill, your body
it's kind of like, when you start to learn like riding a bike, and you get these little like wheels on your bike. Wheels.
Yeah. I was trying to find an example where you can kind of compare it to.
But it's also not the best comparison, because these wheels really help you, and I feel like the pill doesn't really help you. It helps you to like find, I think it helped me find my sexuality and gave me a lot of freedom in that time. I think it had a time and place. Like I'm not regretting taking the pill. Sometimes I do, but I'm also like, no, it was there for a reason. It was there to teach me those lessons that I have right now. Like maybe if I would have never taken the pill, there's other things that wouldn't have happened. So I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot from that experience, and I got my period back at the end. So I think it did teach me a lot of lessons, and it was there at the right place, the right time. But if I could do it again, I probably would not. Like I would not recommend the pill. I would just be like, if that's really what you need right now, and like you really want to get on the pill, okay, do your research. But I think there's other ways to do it. I think condoms are my personal, I think for you as well, like the best way to.
Yeah.
For us, I think there's no right or wrong. Like if you want to get on the, what's it called? Spiral?
Yeah. The copper spiral.
Yeah, like if you want to do that, if that works for you, great. If that, whatever works for you. But I think the pill just didn't work for us. And
no, I think the biggest thing, what I can take away as well from especially your situation too, is kind of trust your body. Because literally like your body is incredible, and you should trust it, because it can heal and it knows what it's doing, and it just needs a bit of time to figure itself out. And that's all you can. Just trust the process, like Theresa always says, and trust yourself.
Trust your body and not the fucking doctors, because they were like not good in that situation.
Yeah, because like trust your body, and it's such a beautiful thing to kind of like build up that trust and build up the connection after after getting off as well. I think that was a very nice thing. It's still a nice thing because, like I said, I'm still on it. You probably as well. And that connection with your cycle, I think that's a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't just not come back next month. I'm really looking forward to having it again. Actually, I get excited for my period now.
Where are you, girl?
No, just because then I just scared that it was just like one of those phases that I got it back for 1 month and it's going to be gone again. So I'm like really looking forward to come next month because it is I like having those I like feeling sometimes like I can only lay in bed and eat chocolate because I have my period. I like those things.
Same.
And once they're taken away from you, you're like, I miss that. I miss having not panic attacks, but like cry attacks, like crying over everything when I'm on my period, which I don't know. I like those moments. It makes me feel like me. It makes me feel human. And I cherish these moments a lot now. Like, fuck yes, I want to eat a bucket of ice cream before that. And then after that, and like the phase as well, like we had the episode of hormone tracking and hormone cycling.
Cycles.
Yeah, Chloe texted me like saying congratulations for your period. And I was like, thank you. Now I can actually like implement that in my life as well. And now I can actually track my cycle.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that
absolutely.
before. Yeah, shout out if you haven't listened to the episode, you can if you want to track your cycle.
Such a good episode as well.
Yes, but now I can do that and I'm really happy and yeah.
Anyways, I'm very happy you got your period back. It's a very beautiful thing and very nice thing to, I don't know, I think I've learned to kind of see my period as a very holy thing. Just it's a very special time for yourself and just kind of go inward and feel yourself as a woman. I think that's always, because I was always
holy
like,
period.
When I was younger, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to have my period. It's so annoying. Like, I don't. But I think it's such a beautiful time and it's a very sacred time for you as a woman and
cherish the time with your period.
Cherish that time with yourself, like introspection and self-reflection and just.
Your period is your bestie.
Yeah, it is.
Don't treat it like an enemy. Your period is.
I'm very happy that I can be like. It's so crazy to think. I think I've read this somewhere that we as women,
as a woman,
we are able to bleed without any act of violence, and I think that's so crazy. Like the period is no act of violence whatsoever. It's an act of self-love, and I think that's really good and really, really important for you, like for us to think about. Like, it's so cool. It's like crazy that you can bleed without hurting yourself.
Yeah. Make periods cool. Like, fuck, it's cool that I can bleed and you can't. Like, next time when boys come over, you're like, I have a period, you don't, you sucker.
Yeah.
Like,
You should be jealous.
Yeah, you should be jealous that there's blood coming out of me every once in a month and now you get like really like emotional, but that's cool,
I think it's very empowering as well to think about this.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like I really missed like being part of the conversation when I didn't have my period. And now I'm back on the period game.
Yeah, like every time like a friend or my sister's like, oh, I have my period, I'm like, blood sisters.
Yeah. Yeah. It just kind of connects you with your friends as well. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I hope anyone who's listening to this can take something away from it. If you lost your period, you can always obviously text me. There's a lot of things that can maybe help. Like I could go into detail about this a lot, but it's more like what I wanted to also say as the most important fact was the trusting your body, don't stress yourself, and obviously like trying to take care of your diet and your well-being and your self-love. And I think that those things that really helped me. And also trusting the time, because I do think time was a big factor. But yeah, I'm just...
And be mindful that everyone's so different. Because for example, when like Theresa lost her period, but I got it back like 1 month after. So it's just really important to know that everyone's so different. Everyone's bodies is built different. And it depends on so many different factors. How long you were on the pill, what pill you were on.
In general, your body.
Everything, your well-being and stuff. So just try not to compare yourself to your friends or like your surroundings and other women, because...
There's women who don't get it back for 3 years, 4 years. And as long as there's like nothing actually wrong with your body, like that's what I said, go to the doctor and get a blood test.
Yeah.
I think it's just taking care of yourself and it will come back. And even if it doesn't, you're still a woman. I don't want to say you're not a woman if you don't have your period, because there is a lot of people out there who are struggling with this. You're still like part of the community, as you can say.
Obviously.
But, obviously. But like I'm just saying like it's okay, and just knowing that your body's doing all they can. And just trying to support us as much as you can, because your body's doing a lot of things for you during the day. So you can also do some things for your body.
Absolutely. Thanks for this period talk.
But I feel like I'm actually getting it maybe.
The period.
I don't have a tampon with me, so...
Now I'm in my spring phase.
Oh, I'm in my
winter.
I actually need to write down when I had my period last time.
In my winter phase in Barcelona, and it was so hard because I was crying so much, and I was just being so emotional and just very like I wish like I wanted to kind of spend the time with my friends, but at the same time I just want to be on the couch with a warm hot water bottle and watch a movie. You know, it was a bit difficult for me, but
yeah, you know, it's good that you know what your cycle is.
Yeah, and what kind of was going on. Yeah. Like I always have those moments where I like cry so much and I overthink my whole life and my existence, and then like 3 days later I have my period. I'm like, yes, that's why.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we chatted enough.
Exactly. But anyways, if you have any questions, always like don't be scared to message us or anything. Of course. We're always there to help and kind of exchange our experiences, and
we're in this together.
Support each other. Sisters. Yes. But yes, anyways, we hope you liked this episode. It was very fun to chat about it, and kind of, I think it's those kind of chats are always very empowering. Made me feel even better about being a woman. Yeah. So special. Yeah. But yes, anyways, we hope that wherever you are, have a wonderful day,
night,
and evening.
Maybe you're on your period. Morning. Enjoy it.
Oh my God, yes. Go eat that chocolate, sis. Go watch that movie. Yes. Do whatever you want. Honestly, it's your time to shine, and we will see you in the next episode. Yes. Obviously, for all of you guys, male people, you're amazing too. It's your time to shine too. But yes. Anyways,
and protect yourself when you have sex. That's the end of the episode.
Bye. See you soon. Bye.